Now time for the Cashway Complete Building Materials coin toss. Whatever project you have in mind, Cashway has everything you need from yellow wood-treated lumber, windows, doors, tools from Pass-Load, DeWalt, and Bostage. Also, Cashway carries a complete lineup of paint products from Porter, PPG, and Pittsburgh. Stop by Cashway Complete Building Materials on Highway 641 North between Benton and Draftonville. Marshall County and their road white jerseys and pants, orange numerals and lettering outlined in white and blue with the orange helmets, interlocking white MC outlined in blue with the Marshall Strong ribbon, white and blue stripe down the helmet. Maroons, black jerseys, black pants, white numerals, white lettering, maroons across the front, outlined in maroon with maroon helmets, and the white interlocking M with the maroon logo in their helmet. Captains for the Marshalls are Tyler Stokes, Tyler Stevenson, Austin Riley, and Chet Kretzinger. We'll now turn it over to John Porter. He'll be the white hat here tonight, as both teams exchange pleasantries. And they will call for the Cashway Complete Building Materials coin toss.
Sportsmanship we'll have. I'm not going to read the sportsmanship card. Understand, we're here to play football. Other than that, I don't care about nothing else. We're going to try to protect you as much as we can, Harry. But you don't talk to them, you don't talk to them, all right? All right. You the visiting team here. Got a heads, got a tails. I'm going to flip the coin in the air, but you're going to make your call first. If I drop it, we'll flip it again. Understand? Got it? What's your call?
Tails.
Tails a call. It's a heads it is. You won the toss. Defer.
All right, Madisonville North Hopkins has won the toss. They're going to defer to the second half, so Marshall County will receive the kickoff. We'll take a break here and have our Twin Lakes Worship Center pregame prayer on WCBL.
At Benton Hardware, we strive to provide excellent service to our customers. We're a full-service hardware store. Our friendly, knowledgeable staff will be ready to help you with everything you need from the moment you step in. Throughout our 10,000 square foot store, you'll find a great variety of well-organized products at very reasonable prices, and we'll be happy to offer advice on how to install them. At Benton Hardware, our goal is to make your experience as pleasant as it can be. Visit us at Benton Hardware, 411 East 12th Street.
CFSB proudly brings you Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's a catchy word for earning cash that just might make you want to dance. Get paid for doing simple things you do anyway. That's free Kasasa checking. Ask for free Kasasa checking at CFSB.
Old school football, pound and ground. However you want to term it, tonight's game between the Marshalls and Madisonville will feature teams that will stake their success on their experienced offensive lines and running games. Hi again, everybody. This is Jeff Waters, and thanks for joining us this evening. The Marshalls playing at Madisonville for the first time since 2007, back when both teams resided in 6A District 1. That night, Alan Williams, Brandon Walker, Stephen Bargee, and company led the Marshalls to a 52-14 victory. Just two meetings between these programs since that 2007 game, and both have been won by Madisonville. After winning a season opener for the first time since 2012, with their win over Fort Campbell last week, the Marshalls are looking for their first 2-0 start to a season since 2006. Starting lineups brought to you by Mediacom Channel 8, where you will always find local programming dedicated to you and your community every day from 1 to 11 p.m. on Mediacom Channel 8, including replays of all Marshall County High School football games. The Marshalls will have the ball first. On offense, they'll look like this up front. Chet Kretzinger will be the center. Dalton Keeling and Noah McClure are the guards. Blake Strader and Blake Myhand are the tackles. And they'll also move Bradley Stallings in as a tackle as an extra offensive lineman. The wide receiver will be Dylan Rayburn. The quarterback, Tyler Stokes. The slot backs will be Tyler Stevenson and Ty Buckmeyer. And it'll be Luke Wyatt, who had 81 yards rushing in the win over Fort Campbell last week, starting at fullback. And starting lineups brought to you by Mediacom Channel 8. Kickoff brought to you by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Kayla Teckenbrock. Do you have 401k questions, or were you offered a lump sum pension buyout? Talk to Edward Jones Financial Advisor Kayla Teckenbrock at 1104 Main on the Betancourt Square, or call 270-527-5743. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC. Ready to get going. The Marshals in the road whites with orange helmets. Madisonville, black pants, black jerseys, white numbers with maroon helmets. Marshall County leads this all-time series 11-10. In games played here at Madisonville, the series all even at 5-5. First meeting between these two programs taking place back during the 1983 season. Noah Odell is the kicker for Madisonville. He will tee it up on the right hash. Madisonville will kick it right to left as we watch it from here at Maroon Stadium. Odell's a senior, 5'10", 140 pounds. He's a right-footed kicker. Ty Buckmeyer back to receive this kick for the Marshals. Along with Austin Riley. Buckmeyer's on the right, Riley on the left. They're having trouble keeping the ball up on the tee. There is a little bit of a breeze blowing through. The rain has subsided for now. Been a little bit of light rain ever since we arrived a couple of hours ago, and I think they're going to have to go ahead and give it up here and have somebody come over and put a finger on the ball to keep it in place. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So Odell will have an opportunity to kick it off. Again, kickoff brought to you by Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Kayla Teckenbrock. Ready to go. Ball on the right hash. Odell is ready. Here's the kick. It's a short kick. And it tracks down the near sideline, taken by Riley at the 15. He runs right across the middle of the field, and he is brought down at the 14-yard line. Latrell Parker on the coverage quickly down the field. In fact, he lost about a half a yard on the return. They'll start from their own 14-yard line. Marshals from their own 14. These teams rely on their running games. The way they go about it, a bit different. Madisonville, more of a spread look. The Marshals will go with the flex bone. Stokes will go up under center. Madisonville with a three-man defensive front. And the inside handoff to Wyatt going nowhere, going backwards, in fact, as Madisonville broke through and drops him for a 2-yard loss back at the 12-yard line. It's Blake Moody, 6'3", 270-pound junior defensive lineman. He also plays on the offensive line for Madisonville. Well, it'll be 2nd and 12 after a loss of 2. The Marshals backed up to their own 12-yard line. We are just underway. Stokes will have slot backs to each side. That's Stevenson coming in motion. And to give up the middle again, and not much there for Wyatt. Maybe picked up a yard on the stop for Madisonville here. Micah Center, a linebacker, 6'1", 170 pounds. He's a senior. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and 11 here for the Marshals from their own 13-yard line. Ball spotted near the right hash. Just underway. Madisonville won the toss, deferred to the second half. Marshals have Dylan Rayburn in as a receiver. And Griffin Darnell is a wideout to the near side. Stokes holds on to it. Flag comes in. Faked it to Wyatt. Flag comes in as Stokes turns it up on the right hash. Has it across the 15 out to the 19. Brought down there by Jordan Vaughn, but there is a flag on the play, and it's against Marshall County. My guess is that Madisonville will decline this penalty. It's a holding penalty against Marshall County. They'll decline this penalty and bring up 4th down and force the Marshals to punt it. The result of the play is about a 5-yard gain for Stokes, but that still leaves Marshall County 4th and 6 from inside their own 20. So 3 and out for the Marshals on their opening possession. And Austin Riley will come on to punt. J.D. Gilbert will drift back near midfield along with Marquise Parker. He's an outstanding athlete for this Madisonville team. Now Gilbert runs all the way up to the 25-yard line to leave Parker by himself, setting up at midfield right in the maroon M. Good snap to Riley. He takes it at about the 3-yard line, gets away a nice kick. This one will bounce at the 50, and Parker will take it on the bounce at the 41. Makes a man miss at the 42, trying to turn it around to the right side, has it across midfield, lowers his shoulder, flag comes in as the play ends, as Parker takes it across the 45 of Marshall County and down to the 43. Flag coming in fact, a second flag now on this play. Cody Sorrells made the stop for Marshall County. Flags came in right at the 37-yard line of Marshall County. A couple of flags came in, and it's going to be a block in the back against Madisonville. Block in the back against Madisonville. They'll mark that one off from the end of the return. And this will take the Maroons back into their own territory. The return was down to the 43-yard line. And this will back it up to the Madisonville 47. The Marshals 3 and out on their opening possession. We have a scoreless tie in the early going. Madisonville taking over from their own 47. You can see Hayden Reynolds, their quarterback. He's a junior. He started last year in the win over the Marshals, 6'1", 195 pounds. Jariah Hightower, the preseason player of the year in 4A District 1, will be set to his right in a shotgun formation. Hightower takes it up the middle. He's across midfield, dragging tacklers with him down to the 43-yard line. Close to a first down for Madisonville. Tristan Klein coming up to make the tackle for Marshall County. Madisonville works without the huddle, and it is a first down for Madisonville. 10-yard gain for Hightower. Madisonville takes it down to the Marshall County 43. Reynolds will take it from up under center here. 2 receivers right. Slayton comes in motion. Hightower again, and Hightower lowers his head up the middle and has it just inside the 40. Pickup of at least 3, maybe a little more. Stallings on the stop for Marshall County, Andrew Stallings. It's a pickup of 3. They put the ball down right at the Marshall County 40-yard line. 2nd and 7. Madisonville will have setbacks to each side of Reynolds in the shotgun here. Hightower gets the carry, has a big hole up the middle, has another Madisonville first down. Inside the 35 of Marshall County down to the 31. That's a gain of 9 and a Madisonville first down. Luke Young on the Marshall County tackle. Young at defensive end. Also up front for the Marshals, it'll be Blake Strader and Chet Kretzinger along with Blake Myhan. Linebackers are Wooten, Smothers, and Klein. Reynolds from up under center. Slayton comes in motion from the near slot, takes it on a pitch coming around, and he turns it up on the left hash and is able to break the first tackle and take it inside the 30 down to the 25. That'll be a pickup of 7. Ty Buckmeyer coming up to make the stop for Madisonville. 489 yards rushing for the Maroons in their win over Marshall County last season. We'll call that a pickup of 6. 2nd and 4 coming up. I formation here for Madisonville. 2 wideouts right, 1 to the left. No tight ends. Marshall County going to bring pressure. Inside handoff. This is Aaron Miller seeing his first action of the night. 2nd leading rusher a season ago for Madisonville. He's a senior, and he picks up a short gain up the middle before he's brought down by Ty Buckmeyer. Madisonville will have it 3rd and short inside the Marshall County 25. No score. 3rd and 2 coming up for Madisonville. Maroons operate without a huddle. Slayton is in the slot. DJ Slayton, senior receiver in the slot near side. DeJuan Johnson, a 6'4 wide receiver, is the wide man that way. Now Miller comes, and he sets up as a 3rd receiver, so trips to the near side. Single receiver left. Hightower again. Marshall County broke through, actually had him at the line of scrimmage. He's able to break through that tackle and take it down to the 20-yard line or near the 20-yard line for a Madisonville first down. Chase Chambers coming up to make the stop for Marshall County. 3rd first down on this drive for Madisonville, their opening possession. We are scoreless. 7:33 to play first quarter. Puckett's Jewelry game time. Marshals in their road white uniforms. Madisonville in the home black with maroon helmets. Good home crowd here, and a good crowd from Marshall County has made the trip over to Madisonville here tonight. Reynolds will work from the shotgun. Hand off to Hightower. Hightower running up the middle, untouched, all the way inside the 5. Brought down there on a touchdown-saving tackle at the 2-yard line by Ty Buckmeyer, but it'll be first and goal for Madisonville. 7:13 to play in the first quarter. Madisonville knocking on the door here, first and goal at the Marshall County 2-yard line. Reynolds will take it from up under center. Hand off Hightower. Hightower, I think, is going to be stopped short of the goal line. He was. Nice tackle there by Marshall County. Breaking through was Tristan Klein from his linebacker position to make the stop, to keep Hightower to the end zone. And it'll be second and a yard. Madisonville works quickly. They'll go with a single back set again, and Reynolds may try to take it himself. Reynolds at the line of scrimmage, and he did get in. Reynolds on the quarterback keeper completes a 53-yard scoring drive for Madisonville, 6-0 Maroons with 6:41 to play in the first quarter. Reynolds had a 1-yard run last week for Madisonville for a touchdown, and their loss at Owensboro, home opener tonight for the Maroons. And Madisonville very efficiently moving the ball down the field there. Here's Odell on to attempt the extra point. And the kick is no good. Wide right. So Odell misses wide right, but a 53-yard scoring drive for Madisonville. Maroons lead at 6-0. Madisonville kickoff when we return on WCBL Sports.
CFSB proudly brings you Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's a catchy word for earning cash that just might make you want to dance. Get paid for doing simple things you do anyway. That's free Kasasa checking. Ask for free Kasasa checking at CFSB.
6-0 Madisonville, 53-yard scoring drive. Reynolds with a 1-yard touchdown run. Down to Aaron Clayton, U.S. Bank called to the sideline.
Thank you, Jeff. As Marshall County, they just kind of got started on the wrong foot. They were wanting to return to the right side instead of the left side, and that initial kickoff got in that big hole. They said, hey, just let it go. We know it's a short field here with Hightower. It's going to be tough to stop from that length out. Now it's a new ball game. You got to stop on the PAT and get it back right here, knowing they're going in the right direction. Just kind of got off on the wrong foot to start. Kind of got a little bit of miscommunication. Can happen in the first game of the road, but going to get it back right here.
Odell on to kick it away for Madisonville. As it teed up on the near hash, Buckmeyer and Riley back to receive the kick for the Marshalls. Another high, short kick, and it'll be taken by Riley. He drops the football as he tried to take it at the 16-yard line. Able to recover it at about the 22, 23-yard line. That's where the Marshalls will start their second drive of the night. Marshalls were 3 and out on their opening possession. 6-0 Madisonville. Wide receiver to the right here for the Marshalls. And a man in the slot to the right. Buckmeyer comes in motion, takes it coming around the right side, lowers his head, and will be dropped for a 2-yard loss back at the 21-yard line. It's Nick Grant on the tackle for Madisonville. Loss of 2, second down and 12 coming up. Madisonville big up front on both sides of the ball and quick on the edges. Madisonville loads up the tackle box. Buckmeyer is in motion. Stokes holds on to it. Gives it to Buckmeyer on the pitch coming around the right side. And he is Stevenson on the carry. No, it was Buckmeyer, I'm sorry. And he's run out of bounds after a gain of 4. So to bring up 3rd and long for the Marshalls. Run out of bounds on the far side of the field. 3rd and 8 coming up. Critical 3rd down play here in the early going. Don't want to give the ball back to Madisonville at this point. Certainly not with a short field, and an inside handoff to Wyatt. And Wyatt was hit right at the line of scrimmage, and a good job by Wyatt just to keep moving forward and pick up some positive yardage, well short of the first down. But he did pick up a couple of yards before he's brought down by Drew Fleener, sophomore defensive lineman for Madisonville. That'll bring up 4th down for the Marshals. Austin Riley on to punt it away. 6-0 Madisonville. Riley gets a good snap. Pretty good kick. Bounces in front of Parker. Parker's going to back away from it now, and it takes a good Marshall County bounce and rolls all the way down to the Madisonville 25. Down there by Tristan Klein. So Madisonville will take over, leading 6-0 on their own 25-yard line. Marshall's only had Madisonville in the 3rd down situation once on their opening drive. Reynolds, the quarterback, will be lined up in a shotgun formation here with Hightower set to his left. Now Hightower moves over to his right. Now back to his left. They're trying to get organized here. Marshals have a 4-man defensive front. That's what they bring. Quick throw out on the left side, and it's complete to Miller. Marshall County had him right at the line of scrimmage and missed the tackle. Miller turns it up the field and has it across the 40 out to the 42-yard line. Dawson Smothers on the tackle, but the Marshals had Miller stopped right at the line of scrimmage and just missed the tackle. Pickup of 17 yards and a Madisonville 1st down. First pass of the night either side. Down to 5 minutes to play 1st quarter. Twin receivers each way. Hightower on the carry. Hightower met, and the ball popped loose. Hightower's met right at the 45-yard line. Madisonville got on the ball. It'll end up being a pickup of 3, make it 4. Luke Young on the stop for Marshall County. They'll put the ball down right on the 45-yard line on the far hash. Madisonville left to right as we watch it from the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center. Twin receivers each way. Shotgun formation here for Madisonville. Reynolds takes a good snap. Reynolds unloads a pass to the far side of the field. It is complete to Miller. Aaron Miller just short of the 1st down, right at the midfield stripe. It'll bring up 3rd and short for Madisonville. Dylan Rayburn made the tackle for Marshall County. It'll be 3rd and 2. Ball at the Madisonville 49. The Maroons with the ball in a 6-0 lead. Down to 4:10 to play 1st quarter. Marshals show a 4-man defensive front. 2 receivers each way again for Madisonville. Man in motion is Miller, and the Marshals may have come across the line. Offsides against Marshall County will result in the 6th 1st down of the evening so far for Madisonville, and will take it into Marshall County territory down to the Marshals' 46-yard line. 6-0 Madisonville. They'll work from an eye here. Hightower's the fullback. It's Miller, the tailback, who gets the call, and Miller twisting and turning his way across the 35-yard line of Marshall County and down to the 33. Austin Riley on the stop for the Marshals. Had 16 tackles in the Marshals win over Fort Campbell last week to lead the team in tackles. That's a pickup of 13 yards and a 1st down for Madisonville. 1st and 10 for Madisonville. Hightower again on the carry, and Hightower is met with a good surge up the middle after a short gain here. And leading the charge for Marshall County was Tristan Klein. Short gain will bring up 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8 here for Madisonville. Marshals, quite frankly, just haven't had Madisonville in any long yardage situations to speak of on any down as of yet tonight. Miller in motion. Reynolds rolling right. He's a left-handed thrower. Throws against his body toward the back of the end zone, and he overthrows his intended receiver, Miller. I'm sorry, the intended receiver there for Madisonville was Caleb Taylor. Flag is down. And they're going to wave off the flag now. Don Gilmore, our referee here tonight, waves off the flag, and it'll be 3rd and long Madisonville inside the Marshall County 35. So this is the first 3rd and long situation the Marshalls have had Madisonville in here tonight. You would expect that this is 4-down territory for Madisonville, even if they don't get it here. With the ball near the Marshall County 30-yard line. Madisonville leading 6-0. Marshalls might be bringing pressure. It's a handoff to the right side, and a great tackle by Dawson Smothers right at the line of scrimmage. They may give him a yard forward, but Dawson Smothers breaking through to make the tackle on Aaron Miller right at the line of scrimmage. Smothers had 8 tackles in the win over Fort Campbell last week. What'll be 4th and 8 here for Madisonville. 2:53 to play first quarter. Madisonville leading 6-0. Maroons will go for it inside the Marshall County 35. Marshall's rush 4. Reynolds throws. Pass complete. First down and more here for Madisonville. On the catch for Madisonville was DeJuan Johnston. And he takes it inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. Austin Riley up to make the tackle. And that'll be 1st and goal for Madisonville. Hightower will be set to Reynolds' left. Reynolds kept the football. He faked it to Hightower, and he did a heck of a job faking it as he takes it straight up the middle, inside the 5, down to the 2-yard line. Should be first down Madisonville. It'll be 1st and goal for the Maroons. Austin Riley on another tackle for Marshall County. It'll be 1st and goal Madisonville inside the 5. Out at the 2-yard line to be exact. Reynolds to Hightower. Hightower into the end zone. Touchdown, Madisonville. Maroons will probably go for 2 here. It's 12-0 Madisonville, 2:04 to play in the first quarter. That is our Puckett's Fine Jewelry game time. So Reynolds will have Hightower to his right for the 2-point conversion try. Twin receivers each way. Snap is low. Reynolds handles it. Now he has to rush things, and he just kind of threw it away there as Marshall County was closing in on them. But Madisonville marches 75 yards for a score, and right now the Marshalls have not shown the ability to be able to slow down this Madisonville running game. 12-0 Madisonville, 2:04 to play in the first quarter. Back in a moment on WCBL Sports.
CFSB proudly brings you Casasa. What's Casasa? It's like never getting surprised by an ATM fee. Bank local and will refund your ATM fees nationwide. That's free Casasa checking. Ask for free Casasa checking at CFSB.
75-yard scoring drive for Madisonville. Hightower with a 2-yard touchdown run. The 2-point pass failed. Madisonville 12, Marshall County nothing. Hightower with 131 rushing yards last week against Owensboro, 70 so far in the first quarter tonight. Another short kick will be taken by Riley at the 15. The Marshall gets some blockers in front of him. Riley's able to take it across the 20, across the 25, and plowing hard out to the 29-yard line. Brought down by several Madisonville defenders. Caleb Taylor leading the charge there for Madisonville. So the Marshalls will begin this drive from their own 29-yard line. Not the start Marshall County needed against a good Madisonville team. The Marshalls from their own 30-yard line here as they move it up to the 30. Tyler Stokes will go up under center. Kretzinger the center. Wyatt the fullback. Slot backs each way. Buckmeyer is in motion. And it's a counter play, and Madisonville is all over it. It's going to be a loss of a yard, maybe two. Stevenson coming on the backside counter, coming from his far slot back position. Buckmeyer came in motion going to the other side. And then Stevenson came from the far side on a backside counter, dropped for a 2-yard loss by Cray Cunningham. 2nd and 12 here for the Marshals. 1:25 to play first quarter. Madisonville loads up the tackle box again. And Madisonville may have jumped off sides. Stokes went with a long snap count there. And Madisonville jumping off sides. Well, we'll take it out to the 33-yard line. We'll make it 2nd and 7 here for the Marshals, trailing 12-0. Ball on the near hash. Stokes will have slot backs each way. Stokes looks to throw, throwing right side, and the pass is intercepted, and lots of daylight in front of the man who intercepted the pass, which is Gunnar Dameron, and he's going to score. 35-yard interception return for a touchdown here for Madisonville, and the wheels have come off for the Marshals here in the first quarter. Comes with 52 seconds to play in the first quarter. Makes it 18-0 Madisonville. "35-yard interception return for a touchdown for Dameron. Madisonville going to kick it here. Odell will try to tack on the extra point. Snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is good. 52 seconds to play first quarter. Madisonville 18, Marshall County nothing. Back in a moment on WCBL Sports.
At J&R Pharmacy, you get the best of both worlds. A modern building and convenient location with all the latest technology. And prompt, friendly service, taking the time to answer your questions, and a commitment to your good health and customer satisfaction. If you enjoy all the benefits of a hometown pharmacy, you'll love J&R Pharmacy, featuring a drive-by window for added convenience. J&R Pharmacy, corner of 9th and Main in Benton.
Gunnar Dameron, 35-yard interception return for a touchdown. Madisonville now leads at 19-0 over the Marshals. And down to the Marshall County sideline, Aaron Clayton, U.S. Bank call to the sideline.
A lot of air underneath that pass for Tyler Stokes. Also, a couple of receivers looked like they might have been held a bit, but no flag was called. Either way, you got to look at it. Marshall County, big hole to dig out of here. Pretty much you're saying come off of the ball, block your guy, read your route. Simple football. You cannot make any more mistakes if you want to have a prayer getting back into this game tonight, including this drive right here.
Odell will kick it away here for Madisonville. Kind of a knuckleball kick will be taken by Riley at the 15. They fake a reverse. Riley's got some room around to the right side. Riley will take it across the 25 out to about the 30, maybe the 31. Kenyon Gordon on the stop for Madisonville. 19-0 Madisonville. Tyler Stokes into the Marshall County huddle. Marshals will send Griffin Darnell out wide left. Slot backs each way. Madisonville loads up the tackle box. Buckmeyer comes in motion. Stokes holding on to it on the option play, and he'll be brought down for a 2-yard loss back at the 29. Jordan Vaughn on the tackle for Madisonville. Marshals are playing behind the sticks, as they say. A lot of lost yardage plays so far for the Marshals. 2nd and 12 coming up here. Marshalls will go with a wide receiver each way. Slot backs to each side. Wide is the fullback. Madisonville bringing a blitz up the middle. And it's going to be Stokes holding on to it, coming around the left side. Stokes will duck his head and get it back across the original line of scrimmage and pick up a yard past that out to the 32. And that is the final play of the first quarter. First quarter the Marshalls would like to forget. 19-0 Madisonville. We head to the second. Marshalls 3rd and long from inside their own 35 when we return on WCBL Sports.
Let me tell you about this wax we've developed here at Defuse Body Shop. This wax is the easiest wax to apply of any wax on the market, and this wax will give you maximum protection from the elements. And we have a Teflon and a polymer added to this wax to give you a durable wax that'll last a good long time. This wax was developed for our show cars and our show bikes and today's paint. This is the slickest finish that you'll get with any wax on the market.
Tyler Stokes will go up under center here. Opening play of the second quarter for Marshall County. Hand off to Wyatt, and Wyatt is going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Out to the 32-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. Emilio Arispe on the stop for Madisonville. 4th down here for the Marshalls. And the Marshalls will have to punt it away. Right now, you need something to happen in terms of a mistake by Madisonville or something like that. Need to come up with a big play, either defensively or on special teams. Riley will punt it away. 19-0 Madisonville. They scored on 2 touchdown drives. Flag comes in right as the ball is snapped. Parker, the return man, he'll field it on the bounce at the 30 of Madisonville. Makes a man miss there trying to get to the edge, and he'll turn it up the sideline. Look out, Parker, across the 40, inside the 35 of Marshall County and down to the 29-yard line of Marshall County. Austin Riley on the stop for the Marshalls, who was the punter. But we had a flag come in right as the ball was snapped. And the officials will talk about it here. Maybe an offsides on Madisonville. If that's the case, the Marshalls will catch a little bit of a break. Have a chance to negate that long return by punting it again. The officials are talking about it. The line judge is the one who threw the flag. Don Gilmore, veteran official on many, many sports, is our referee here tonight. Don Gilmore, a respected football, basketball, baseball official, you name it. He's probably called it at one time or another. He is talking to the Marshall County captains here, and I think giving them some options. All right, we've got 2 penalties. I can hear Mr. Gilmore from down on the field. We've got a block in the back against Madisonville. That penalty is declined. We've got holding against Madisonville, and that's the penalty that the Marshalls will accept. And so that takes away the long punt return by Madisonville. And now the Maroons will start on their own 30-yard line. Question now for Marshall County is can they come up with a way to slow down this Madisonville running game? Marshalls will go with a 4-man front. Roberto Cruz is the left tackle for Madisonville. We talked about him earlier tonight. 6'5", 310 pounds. Marshalls might be bringing some pressure. Bit of a low snap. Reynolds turns and swings it out to Miller coming out of the backfield. Miller comes all the way across the field. He's across the 40, across the 45, across midfield into Marshall County territory, and down to the 44-yard line of the Marshalls. Goes for 26 yards. Ty Buckmeyer on the stop. First down, Madisonville, their 10th of the first half. Give him down to the 43, so make it a gain of 27. Just a little swing pass out of the backfield. Madisonville without the huddle. Back up to the line of scrimmage quickly with a shotgun formation. Hightower will take the handoff, waiting for the hole to open up the middle. And Hightower, big, strong young man, taking Marshall County defenders with him inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line. Chase Chambers on the stop. Gain of 5 for Madisonville. Nearing the 10-minute mark of the first half. We're in the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center here at the Badgett Athletic Complex. And I think it's close enough we can call this a full house on both sides here tonight. Big crowd here at Maroon Stadium. Second down and almost 5 here for Madisonville. They'll work from an I formation here. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Quick pitch. This is Slayton coming around to the right side. On the sweep, Slayton will be met short of the first down marker. Is coming up with a hard hit there was Dawson Smothers up from his linebacker position. Stops Slayton at the 35-yard line. That's a couple of yards shy of the first down marker. Madisonville third down. They haven't been in many third down positions tonight. And the Marshalls have only had them third and long once, and Madisonville converted. Actually had them third and long. The Marshalls held them on third and long, and then Madisonville converted on fourth down. 19-0 Madisonville, first half of action. Third and short here for Madisonville. Reynolds from up under center trying to draw the Marshalls off sides, but they're not going for it. And now a flag comes in from the secondary. The back judge coming in to confer with Don Gilmore. Let's see what the call will be here. It's against Madisonville. 5-yard penalty. I think it's a delay of game, and that's right. Delay of game against Madisonville. 19-0. Madisonville with the lead, so now 3rd and 7 here for Madisonville. Reynolds looking to throw, and his pass bounces in front of Miller. They were trying to set up the wide receiver screen, had it set up pretty well, but they were throwing to the wide side of the field on the near side, and Reynolds did not get it to Miller. He caught it on the bounce, and that'll bring up 4th down here for Madisonville. They backed up at the Marshall County 40-yard line. Let's see what the Maroons elect to do. They may be looking to punt. Fourth and almost 7. Madisonville does bring their punter on. That's J.D. Gilbert, 6'1", 152-pound senior. But look out, because Hightower is the up back in this punt formation. Looks like they're going to kick it. Boy, Marshall County came in and almost had a block there, and it goes high in the air. It's going to bounce around the 20-yard line. That's where Madisonville will down it. The Marshalls wisely get away from it. It was just a high kick as Gilbert, kind of a soccer-style kick, running to his right and kicking it on the run. And the Marshalls will let Madisonville down it at the Marshall County 20-yard line. So right now, I think you have to look at that as a victory for the Marshall County defense, finally getting the Madisonville offense off the field without a score. 19-0 Madisonville, 8:39 to play until halftime. Now the Marshalls have got to find a way to move the ball against this big and quick Madisonville defense. Handoff here. This is Wyatt, the fullback, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage. Madisonville is loading up that tackle box. They are bringing all kinds of pressure. They're big and they're fast, and it was Caleb Taylor on the stop there for Madisonville, one of the linebackers. We are live inside the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center. They were voted the 2018 Best Investment Firm in the Trib's Reader's Choice Awards. That's 5 years in a row. Thanks, Marshall County, from Jenny Flannery, Patrick Flannery, and Riley Solomon inside CFSB's Benton Banking Center. Stokes holding on to it and tried to run around to the left side. He'll be dropped for a loss inside the 20. It's Blake Moody, rather, on the tackle. It's a loss of a couple. 3rd and long coming up. CFSB Investments, their telephone number 527-4650. Products offered are not a deposit, not FDIC insured, no bank guarantee, and may lose value. Financial advisors, registered representatives of LPL Financial, and not affiliated with CFSB, member FINRA and the SIPC. Marshall's on 3rd and long. Handoff up the middle. Wyatt gets the lost yardage back, but that's about it. Picks up 2, maybe 3. Jordan Vaughn on the tackle for Madisonville, and 4th and long again. The Marshals will kick it away. Marshals have not picked up a first down here tonight. They trailed 19-0. Madisonville's had the ball 3 times, officially 4 times. They had an interception return for a touchdown. 2 of their 3 offensive possessions, they've marched down the field for touchdowns. Riley on to punt it away. Angles it toward the sideline, and it bounces at the 50, and a pretty good punt there by Riley, able to get it to go out of bounds at the 45-yard line without a Madisonville return. Madisonville will have it from their own 45. The Marshals forced a punt with a bit of help from a Madisonville delay of game penalty on the Maroons' last possession. Down to Aaron Clayton, U.S. Bank call to the sideline. Aaron?
Luke Young actually did get a piece of that punt a while ago. That's why there was no roughing the punter call, as he did get a piece of the ball first. But right now, I'm pretty silent on this sideline for Marshall County. Not a lot of energy right now, a lot of hanging heads. Going to have to make a major adjustment, cannot allow any more scores to come through, and then turn things around at halftime.
Hightower on the carry here for Madisonville on this opening play of the Maroons' drive here, and he takes it across midfield down to the Marshall County 49-yard line, upended there by Dawson Smothers. But a gain of 6. 2nd down and 4 coming up here. Ball at the Marshall County 49-yard line. Madisonville with the ball and the lead, 19-0. Reynolds will take it from up under center. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Here come the Marshals on a blitz. Reynolds on the handoff. Miller slips through behind the right tackle, hands the first down and a few to spare. Inside the 45 of Marshall County down to the 41. Austin Riley comes up to make the tackle. Put it down just outside the 40-yard line of Marshall County. First down for Madisonville. Well, at some point over the years, you expect the train to roll by when you're over here. And been over here, have done several ball games in this venue over the years. And it's time for the train. You might be able to hear it going down the tracks in the background. Reynolds drops to throw, flushed out, going to run, has some room inside the 40 and down to the 35. Ball pops loose as he hits the ground. They call him down as Ty Buckmeyer will get credit for the tackle. Takes it to the Marshall County 34-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6, 2nd down and 4 coming up. 5:15 to play first half. Puckett's Fine Jewelry game time. See Puckett's on Main and Benton. 2 receivers each way here from Madisonville. The ball on the left hash. The Marshals show a 4-man defensive front. Inside handoff to Hightower. Big hole off the left side. Look out, he's gone. Hightower will run it in for a touchdown. And Madisonville scores again. 34 yards on the touchdown run for Hightower. His 2nd touchdown run of the night. Hightower had 201 yards, and Madisonville's win over the Marshals last year in Graftonville. So far tonight, 115 yards and a couple of touchdown runs. That one comes with 4:53 to play in the first half. On to attempt the extra point is Odell. Good snap. Holder gets it down cleanly, and Odell splits the uprights. Madisonville 26, Marshall County nothing. 4:53 to play in the first half. Back in a moment on WCBL Sports.
Let me tell you about this wax we've developed here at Defuse Body Shop. This wax is the easiest wax to apply of any wax on the market, and this wax will give you maximum protection from the elements and We have a Teflon and a polymer added to this wax to give you a durable wax that'll last a good long time. This wax was developed for our show cars and our show bikes and today's paint. This is the slickest finish that you'll get with any wax on the market.
55-yard scoring drive for Madisonville, 34-yard touchdown run for Jariah Hightower. 4:53 to play in the first half. Coverage of Marshall County football on WCBL Sports, brought to you in part by these sponsors: the Dent Specialist, Michael Gordon for Marshall County Corner, FLW Incorporated, Chris Freeland for State Representative, Heartland Motors, CFI Equipment, and by Calvert City Insurance. Odell ready to kick it away. 26-0 Madisonville. Waiting for the signal from the official that we are ready to go. Here's the kick from Odell, another short kick. This one might go out of bounds, and it does, inside the 20-yard line. Marshalls have had the ball 5 times, 4 punts, and an interception that was returned for a touchdown. 6th possession of the night coming up here. Marshalls will get the ball at the 35-yard line. From their own 35. After the kickoff went out of bounds. Marshalls will have slot backs each way. Wyatt, the fullback. Madisonville loading up the tackle box again. They have 1 deep safety and 1 cornerback. Backside counter. Stevenson trying to get to the edge, and he's out to the 40-yard line. There's Buckmeyer on the carry. Beg your pardon. Ty Buckmeyer on the carry on that backside counter play, and he picks up 5 yards before he's brought down by Cray Cunningham. I believe that's Marshall County's longest play from scrimmage so far today. 5-yard pickup there by Buckmeyer, and it is. 2nd and 5 coming up. 26-0 Madisonville. Marshalls with the ball from their own 40. Dylan Rayburn will go out wide left. That's the wide side of the field. Slot backs each way. And the Marshalls have a tight end on the right side. Stokes holding on to it. On the option. First down Marshall County as he brings it across the 45 and out to the 49. Faked the inside handoff and took it behind the left guard and takes it out near midfield for a Marshall County first down. Kenyon Gordon on the stop. First CFSB first down of the night for the Marshalls, and a $3 deposit into the CFSB Scholarship Scoreboard Fund. 26-0. Madisonville with the lead. Marshall County with the ball. Don Gilmore, the referee, with the whistle. Wants to make sure that the clock is rolling, and it is as we've hit the 4-minute mark of the first half. Stokes up under center. Pressure coming from Madisonville, and they jump the line. The linebacker came in. The outside linebacker on the far side came in, and he was trying to time the snap count, and he came across too early. 5-yard penalty against Madisonville. That'll make it 1st and 5. And this is the first trip into Madisonville territory tonight for the Marshalls. 26-0 Madisonville. Boy, a drive and a score of some kind is huge right now for Marshall County. To have any chance of making a comeback in this game, it has to be a touchdown drive, I think. But there's time to do it. And the Marshalls off to a good start on this drive. Stokes holding on to it again. Quick pitch. It is Buckmeyer, and Buckmeyer never really had possession of the football, and it will go out of bounds. Marshall County retains possession, but Buckmeyer on that pitch never really had possession of the football, and it'll be back to the 49-yard line of Madisonville. It'll end up being a loss of about 3. Second down and 8 coming up. That stops the clock. 3:31 to play in the first half. Rayburn will be wide right here for the Marshalls. And a tight end on the right side, an extra tackle, if you will. Stokes went up under center. now comes back out from under center, and the Marshals will take their first timeout of the first half. Well, the Marshals are trailing 26-0. They have it 2nd and 8 at the Madisonville 49 with 3:31 to play in the first half when we return on WCBL Sports.
At Benton Hardware, we strive to provide excellent service to our customers. We're a full-service hardware store. Our friendly, knowledgeable staff will be ready to help you with everything you need from the moment you step in. Throughout our 10,000 square foot store, you'll find a great variety of well-organized products at very reasonable prices, and we'll be happy to offer advice on how to install them. At Benton Hardware, our goal is to make your experience as pleasant as it can be. Visit us at Benton Hardware, 411 East 12th Street.
Coming up at halftime, Aaron will get some comments from Marshall's head coach Evan Merrick as he heads to the Marshall County locker room. Those will be brought to you by CFSB Investments. We'll have the Holly Office Products halftime report and the first half stats from this one and scores from around the area, brought to you by Raymond James Financial Advisor Richard Hendrickson. Madisonville puts 8 men in the tackle box on this 2nd and long play for the Marshals. Stokes looking to throw, and he throws it over the middle. Had to rush things as he was being pressured heavily, and he was brought down right as he threw the ball. And the pass is too long for the intended receiver going down the left seam, and that'll bring up 3rd down here for the Marshals. Ball is at the Madisonville 49-yard line, 3rd and 8 there for the Marshals. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 3:27 to play in the first half. 26-0 Madisonville. Tyler Stokes will go up under center. Tight end left. Wide out that way too. Pitch to Stevenson coming around the left side. Lost his footing on that wet track. We've had a light rain that has fallen throughout a good portion of the evening. Lost his footing as he tried to cut it up on the left hash. I think he had a little bit of running room there. J.D. Gilbert was the nearest Madisonville defender to him. And that'll bring up 4th down here. The Marshals will punt from near midfield. But the first positive drive of the night for the Marshals, picking up their only CFSB first down of the night to this point. And critical for the Marshals defense to be able to hold Madisonville in this final 2:47 of the first half. Riley has time. Gets away a kick. Pretty nice kick. Takes a little bit of a Marshall County bounce, and it'll be down at the Madisonville 24-yard line. Dawson Smothers, or Chase Gibbs rather, will put a hand on it to down it there. And Madisonville will take over at their own 24. This is their worst starting point of the night. All of their drives have started in their own territory. It's not like they've had really short fields other than starting once from their own 47 and once from their own 45. All other 3 possessions have started from inside their own 30. But their offensive line, so big, so good, and the speed that they have and just the number of running backs and playmakers that they can throw at you. Setbacks to each side of Reynolds in the shotgun. He swings it out on the right side. And blockers in front of the receiver, who is Slayton. And Slayton is able to turn it up on the corner, pushed out of bounds to the far side by Austin Riley. Maybe just short of the first down marker. Buckmeyer will get credit for the tackle. We might have had a penalty against Madisonville on that play. I believe we did. That's going to take it back inside the 19-yard line. Apparently holding against the Maroons. Now to 2:22 to play in the first half, with Madisonville leading the Marshals 26-0. Don Gilmore winding that right arm, starting the clock here as we're down to 2:15 to play in the first half. Madisonville will snap it 1st and 15 from their own 19-yard line. Hightower on the inside handoff. Hightower dragging a couple of Marshall County tacklers with him across the 25 and out to the 27, maybe the 28-yard line. Tristan Klein makes the tackle for Marshall County. That'll bring up second down for Madisonville. A gain of 9 yards for Hightower there. Second down and 6 coming up here. Madisonville 26, Marshall County nothing. First half of play, 1:35 to play in the first half. Madisonville has all 3 of their timeouts remaining in the first half. Second down, handoff, coming around to Slayton, and Slayton turns it up on the left hash. He has a first down, and he's across the 35 and out to the 40-yard line. Chet Kritzinger made the tackle for the Marshalls, but not before a first down pickup there for Madisonville. Ball out to the Madisonville 40-yard line. That is 12 first half first downs for Madisonville. Put the ball down on the left hash, right at the 40-yard line. Twin receivers each way. Hightower the setback to Reynolds is right. Reynolds drops to throw, flushed out now, and coming back to try to make the catch was Boyd Matheny, number 3 for Madisonville. He was wide open at the 45-yard line, but dropped the ball there. And that'll bring up second and 10 for Madisonville. First of 4 straight at home for the Marshalls beginning next Friday night with the annual Marshall County Hall of Fame game as Ballard Memorial will visit Traylor Stadium. 26-0 Madisonville. 1:06 to play in the first half. Bit of a low snap. Reynolds has it though, and he swings it out to the right side. This is Slayton again. Slayton is going to be brought down near the 45-yard line by Dawson Smothers, maybe just beyond the 45. And Madisonville will take their first time out of the first half. They will have it 3rd and 5 from their own 45-yard line, leading the Marshalls 26-0 when we return on WCBL Sports.
CFSB proudly brings you Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's a catchy word for earning cash that just might make you want to dance. Get paid for doing simple things you do anyway. That's free Kasasa checking. Ask for free Kasasa checking at CFSB.
3rd and 5 for Madisonville. Ball near their 45-yard line. Madisonville leading the Marshalls 26-0. Second man through is Miller. Big hole up the middle. Looks like there's a flag down on the far side of the field. Miller gets to the outside, and he will score. But will it stand is the question. There's a flag down, or it looks like. Chris, correct me if I'm wrong. Is that not a flag down on the far sideline? Well, there's a flag down over there. Let's get it down to Aaron Clayton. He's not too far from where that flag is down on the sideline. Aaron?
The 47-yard line right now on the Marshall County 47-yard line. Now they're going back to check on it. Initially looked like it might have been a hold. Now the line judge coming to pick the flag up and still waiting on the official call.
Apparently no
now
penalty.
It's a sideline warning is actually what it is.
Sideline warning. Okay. So the touchdown will stand.
Yes.
It's Miller with a 54-yard touchdown run officially. And now 32-0 Madisonville. Comes with 45 seconds to play in the first half. Madisonville is going to go for 2, leading 32-0. Reynolds will take it from the eye. Pitch back. Slayton lost it, is able to pick it up, and he's going to be brought down back at the 7-yard line. So the 2-point try is no good, but Madisonville now leading the Marshalls 32-0. 45 seconds to play until halftime. Back in a moment on WCBL Sports.
At Benton Hardware, we strive to provide excellent service to our customers. We're a full-service hardware store. Our friendly, knowledgeable staff will be ready to help you with everything you need from the moment you step in. Throughout our 10,000 square foot store, you'll find a great variety of well-organized products at very reasonable prices, and we'll be happy to offer advice on how to install them. At Benton Hardware, our goal is to make your experience as pleasant as it can be. Visit us at Benton Hardware, 411 East 12th Street.
Jeff Waters, Aaron Clayton, Chris Freeland welcoming you back to the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center here at Maroon Stadium, Madisonville North Hopkins High School. 76-yard scoring drive for Madisonville. Odell will kick it away here for the Maroons. But we're trying to get something sorted out here. Down to our right in the end zone. I don't know exactly what the officials were talking about there. Now we're ready for the kickoff. Buckmeyer takes it at the 20 and is able to move it out to around the 24-yard line, upended there. There's 39 seconds remaining here in the first half. Caleb Taylor on the tackle for Madisonville. Marshals from their own 24-yard line, and I would be surprised if the Marshals did anything other than take a knee right here or just run up the middle to try to get this thing to halftime. 32-0 Madisonville. 39 seconds to play in the first half. The Marshals go with a straight wishbone look here and an inside handoff. And a good run there for Ty Buckmeyer across the 30 out to the 33-yard line. Pickup of 9 will make it 2nd and 1. Craig Cunningham on the stop for Madisonville. So the Marshals went with the traditional wishbone look there. 2nd and 1 for the Marshals. This will likely be the final play of the first half. 32-0 Madisonville. Marshals with 2 tight ends. And another wishbone look here, and I think they're going to go ahead and snap it. Stokes, handoff, Buckmeyer again, and Buckmeyer will be dropped for a loss of a yard as the first half comes to a close. Madisonville 32, Marshall County nothing. Send it down to Aaron Clayton. Halftime comments from Marshall's head coach Evan Merrick, brought to you by CFSB Investments.
Coach, not the half you wanted by any means, off on the wrong foot when we really couldn't get going off the kickoff. And then since that time, Madisonville, right place, right time. Their speed, their line right now pushing you around. That's all you can say.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they're being a little bit more physical than us. We knew that going in. What we're going to have to do is going to have to regroup. We went wishbone there right at the end. That may be something you see in the second half here, but you get a hole like this, you got to chip away at it. That's what we're going to do in the second half, try to make this game respectable.
Best of luck, Coach.
All right, thank you.
That is Coach Evan Merrick. His halftime comments are brought to you by CFSB Investments. CFSB Investments, a full-service financial firm, has been voted the Trib's favorite financial investment firm 5 years in a row. So thanks, Marshall County. Go by and see Jenny Flannery, Patrick Flannery, or Riley Solomon at 221 West 5th in Bittner. Call 527-4650. Products offered are not a deposit and not a FDIC insured and may lose value and no guarantee. CFSB Investments is a member of FINRA and the SIPC and not affiliated with CFSB.
At Benton Hardware, we strive to provide excellent service to our customers. We're a full-service hardware store. Our friendly, knowledgeable staff will be ready to help you with everything you need from the moment you step in. Throughout our 10,000 square foot store, you'll find a great variety of well-organized products at very reasonable prices, and we'll be happy to offer advice on how to install them. At Benton Hardware, our goal is to make your experience as pleasant as it can be. Visit us at Benton Hardware, 411 East 12th Street.
CFSB proudly brings you Casasa. What's Casasa? It's like never getting surprised by an ATM fee. Bank local and will refund your ATM fees nationwide. That's free Casasa checking. Ask for free Casasa checking at CFSB.
Back here at Madisonville North Hopkins, good to see Tim Teal here tonight. Tim, former businessman in Marshall County. You kidding me? You're not going to get on the air with us? Tim was a bank manager in Marshall County for a number of years. Been here in the Madisonville area for a while. Tim, how you doing?
We're doing great.
Now,
good to have y'all here tonight.
Where are you working here in Madisonville?
I'm at Sacramento Deposit Bank. We're a little bank over in McLean County at little town of Sacramento, and enjoying it.
Well, good. Yeah, how's your family?
They're doing great. My oldest child is back working in town for the Chamber of Commerce, and I got a junior and senior here at high school. So.
Yeah, you've been living over here, what,
It's
7, 8 years?
It's been 10 or 12, I think.
Really?
It's been a while,
Boy,
yeah.
time flies.
A few more gray hairs since I left, I think.
Yeah. Well, not too many. At least you're keeping your hair. You're not like me.
That is true.
I don't mind the gray hair. It's the ones that are falling out.
That's true, too.
Give me a hard time. Tim, good to see you.
Same thing. It's good to see y'all, too.
Appreciate it, yeah. Glad you came up to visit with us. Tim Teal, a former bank manager in Marshall County at U.S. Bank, coming up to visit with us here. He's been a resident of Madisonville for a number of years here. Great guy, was very much involved in the Marshall County community when he and his family were residents of Marshall County. The Marshalls will kick it off. This will be the first time we've gotten to see Austin Stockdale kick the ball away tonight. Madisonville leading the Marshalls 32-0 here as we get ready for the third quarter to get underway. Aaron Miller and Marquise Parker back to receive this kick for Madisonville. Stockdale has it teed up on the far hash. He will kick it left to right as we watch it from the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center. Takes it all the way back to the 3-yard line, and that is where Parker will take it. Parker heads up the middle. He's across the 20, and he is out to the 25. And grabbing on and hanging on there for Marshall County was Dawson Smothers to make the tackle. So Madisonville will have it from their own 25-yard line, leading the Marshalls 32-0. 4 straight at home coming up for the Marshalls beginning next week with Ballard Memorial. In Callaway County, then Murray, and then the district opener. Good crowd on hand here tonight. A lot of students here from Madisonville. Good performance by their band before the game. Hayden Reynolds, the quarterback for Madisonville, very effective in the first half. Did a good job kind of managing the game, if you will. 4-man rush here for the Marshalls. Now they get some pressure on Reynolds. Reynolds sprinting all the way to the near sideline, turns it up at the line of scrimmage, and he stepped out of bounds at the 28-yard line. It'll end up being a pickup of 3 for Reynolds, gain of 3 before he stepped on the sideline. The Marshalls were closing in on him pretty quickly. Not sure he would have picked up much more than that. But a gain of 3 will make it 2nd down and 7. Just underway, third quarter. Madisonville 32, Marshall County nothing. Heritage Bank Marshall County Coaches Show, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning here on WCBL Sports with Coach Merrick. Hightower will be set to Reynolds' left in the shotgun. 4-man rush here by the Marshalls with twin receivers each way. Some late pressure by Marshall County. Pass out on the near side to Miller, complete as he crosses the 30-yard line. And he is pushed out of bounds at the 35, just beyond the 35. It'll be good enough for a Madisonville first down. Ty Buckmeyer on the stop for Marshall County. So first down for Madisonville on a gain of 8 yards. 2 receivers each way. The open side, Madisonville's right. 4-man front defensively for the Marshalls. Klein perhaps coming on some pressure. Hightower on the carry up the middle on the handoff from Reynolds, and Hightower taking 3 Marshall County tacklers with him across the 45 out to the 48-yard line. Dawson Smothers will get credit for the tackle, but Hightower with great running after contact has another Madisonville first down. Madisonville near midfield, leading the Marshalls 32-0. 1 minute in to the third quarter. Reynolds with setbacks to each side. He's going to swing it behind the line of scrimmage to Slayton. Slayton trying to turn it up on the far side of the field. Did not get back to the line of scrimmage. Great pursuit by Austin Riley. Dangerous play there by Madisonville. They've gone to that a couple of times. Now, technically that's a backwards pass. So if you don't complete that or if it squirts loose, that's technically a fumble. Slayton made the catch, but the Marshals were on him quickly as the play took a while to develop there for Madisonville, and not many negative yardage plays tonight for this Madisonville offense, and there was one right there. 2nd down and 11. Tackle for loss by Austin Riley. Madisonville from their own 47. 2nd and long, leading the Marshals 32-0. 4-man rush by the Marshals. This is Hightower again. Hightower just lowers his head, working his way up the middle. Gets it out to midfield, maybe just beyond midfield into Marshall County territory. Luke Young on the stop for the Marshals. Hightower, a load to bring down. 6 feet tall, 220 pounds, just a junior. Drawing some Division I interest. Madisonville has it 3rd and long, just on the Marshall County side of midfield. From the shotgun, this is Miller. Miller running up the middle, has the first down. And he's across the Marshall County 40 down to the 39. Pickup of 10, first down, Austin Riley on the stop. So 3rd and long, and Marshall's not able to come up with a stop there. And to credit Madisonville, this is a big, big offensive line. This is an offensive line that at least 3 of the guys on there look like college offensive linemen. You're talking guys that are, well, one is 6'5", 310, another is 6'3", 270. There's some really big guys, and they're not just big, they're good. And they're surprisingly quick at that size. Another inside handoff to Hightower. Hightower picks up some good yardage across the 35 down to the 34 before he's brought down by Tristan Klein. That'll be a pickup of 5. Madisonville going without the huddle. We'll get it down to Aaron Clayton for a U.S. Bank call to the sideline after this next snap of the football by Madisonville. 32-0, Madisonville leading. This drive started at their own 25-yard line. Marshals will rush 4 defensively. Reynolds fakes, holds on to it himself. He has picked up the first down inside the 25 to the 24. Ty Buckmeyer on the stop for the Marshals. But Aaron, I was down on the field earlier before the game. You really get a good sense of how big this Madisonville front line is whenever you're down there on the field. That's some big guys, and they're not just big, they're good. Aaron apparently didn't hear us there, so we'll send it down to him in just a moment. Reynolds looking to throw, and on the catch here is Miller for short yardage. A couple of yards for Miller on the pass out in the left flat down to the 23-yard line. Aaron, U.S. Bank call to the sideline. You get a really good appreciation for how big this Madisonville offensive line is when you're down on the field.
Absolutely. These guys almost twice the size of some of the linemen of Marshall County, just big. They just bear over you. They're not fat. These guys are lean muscle. Marshall's almost just having to lean back, let them get to the line, and then let the middle linebackers, let the defensive back come up and get the running back because they're just so fatigued if they're on the front.
Hightower, inside handoff, and he is close to another Madisonville first down. He is down to the 15-yard line. It'll be just shy of the first down. Ty Buckmeyer gets credit for another tackle. It'll bring up 3rd and about a yard here for Madisonville. 7:25 to play, and the clock moving. That's our Puckett Story game time here in the 3rd quarter. 32-0 Madisonville, and the Maroons threatening here inside the Marshall County 20. Reynolds from up under center. He's going to try to take it himself for the first down. He started at the middle, then he kind of bounced out, and he ends up picking up 5 yards down to the 10 before he's brought down by Buckmeyer. He kind of ran into a wall there trying to go up the middle on the sneak, and he just took a step back, went around to the left side, picked up 5 yards, and a Madisonville first down. So Madisonville will have it just inside the 10-yard line. And it'll be 1st and goal there. Reynolds will work from the shotgun with Hightower set to his right. Twin receivers each way. The Marshals bring some pressure off the edge. Pass out on the right side complete to Slayton. But Slayton lost his footing. You're trying to set up a screen on that far side. Slayton lost his footing, and he'll end up losing a yard or 2 And he is shaken up on that play. He might have rolled his ankle perhaps. That turf is a little bit wet down there. It is natural grass here, but a well-kept field. Always is here at Madisonville. Beautiful facility. But a light rain falling throughout most of the early evening hours. It has subsided, but just enough to make it pretty damp down on the field there tonight. So while they tend to Slayton with 6.5 minutes to play in the third quarter, Madisonville leading 32-0. They'll have it second and goal from the Marshall County 11 when we come back on WCBL Sports.
Let me tell you about this wax we've developed here at Defuse Body Shop. This wax is the easiest wax to apply of any wax on the market, and this wax will give you maximum protection from the elements. And we have a Teflon and a polymer added to this wax to give you a durable wax that'll last a good long time. This wax was developed for our show cars and our show bikes and today's paint. This is the slickest finish that you'll get with any wax on the market.
We are live inside the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center. Jeff Waters, Aaron Clayton, and Chris Freeland welcoming you back here to Madisonville North Hopkins High School. Second and goal, Madisonville. The Marshals going to bring some pressure. They load up the tackle box. Inside handoff to Miller. And Miller works his way up the middle and almost untouched for a Madisonville touchdown. 11 yards for Miller on his second touchdown run of the night. Comes with 6:17 to play in the third quarter. So that drive took almost 6 minutes of the third quarter clock. And that's what we were talking about in the Heritage Bank pregame show. It needed to be reversed. Marshall County needed to be the one going on 6-minute drives here tonight to have a chance in this game. And the extra point try by Odell is wide right, but it's Madisonville 38, Marshall County nothing. 6:17 to play in the third quarter. 75-yard scoring drive for Madisonville. Back in a moment on WCBL Sports.
At J&R Pharmacy, you get the best of both worlds. A modern building and convenient location with all the latest technology. And prompt, friendly service, taking the time to answer your questions, and a commitment to your good health and customer satisfaction. If you enjoy all the benefits of a hometown pharmacy, you'll love J&R Pharmacy, featuring a drive-by window for added convenience. J&R Pharmacy, corner of 9th and Main in Benton.
38-0 Madisonville, 6:17 to play in the third quarter. 75-yard scoring drive for Madisonville. Odell will kick it away. I guess if you can see one weakness, and I'm not picking on the young man, but I guess if you can see one weakness in this Madisonville game, because they've got the big offensive line, they've got the big defensive line, they can throw all kinds of playmakers at you. They have the potential to be very good defensively. We know how good offensively they can be. It's the kicking game. Their punting game, a little bit suspect perhaps. They haven't had to punt it but one time tonight, but Odell goes with the short kickoffs, tries the directional kicks, has been kind of spotty on his extra points here tonight, but outside of that, this Madisonville team, I think a legitimate contender in that very competitive 4A District 1. Short kick here, and it'll bounce at the 20. The Marshals will come up and field it there. Riley fields it on the bounce, brings it across the 25 and out to the 27-yard line. Michael Quarles on the stop for Madisonville. And we get a running clock here now with the margin 38-0 Madisonville. They give Riley out to the 28, so the Marshals will start from their own 28-yard line, trailing 38-0. 5:40 to play in the third quarter. Tyler Stokes in at quarterback. Slot backs each way. Stevenson goes in motion. Quick pitch to Stevenson, trying to turn the corner on the left side, and he will be brought down for a loss. Back at the 27-yard line, it'll be a loss of a yard. Now they're going to put it back down at the 26, loss of 2. Emilio Arespi on the stop for Madisonville. Madisonville preseason ranked the number 8 team in the state in 4A. That's very good. The bad part about that is that two of their district mates, Logan County and Hopkinsville, are ranked above them in the preseason 4A rankings in the state from BluegrassPreps.com. Backside counter here. This is Stevenson, and he is hit first behind the line of scrimmage. Is able to get it back to the line of scrimmage, but that was it. Jared Gobin on the stop. First time we've called his name tonight. Some new players into the game for Madisonville. It'll be third. He ended up losing a yard back to the 25. So 3rd and 13 here for the Marshals. Nearing the 4-minute mark of the third quarter. Madisonville 38, Marshall County nothing. Stokes will go up under center. Stevenson comes in motion. Inside handoff. Nope, that's Stokes holding on to it. A good run by Stokes as he brings it across the 30 out to the 35. Short of the first down. A flag comes in at the end of that play. Boyd Matheny made the stop for Madisonville. A flag came down at the end of that play. The officials are talking about it. If it is against Marshall County, you would think that Madisonville would decline it. So it's a personal foul against Madisonville. So that'll give Marshall County a CFSB first down. At 15 yards to the end of that run. Comes with 3:54 to play in the third quarter. That'll take it just over into Madisonville territory at the 48-yard line. That's where the Marshals will snap it here. Slot backs each way, a wide receiver to the left. Madisonville loading up the tackle box again. Stevenson comes in motion from the right slot. Stokes has a little bit of trouble with the snap, and he's able to pick it up. Or was he? Nope, it's Madisonville football. I thought at first Stokes had been able to pick up the football, but it's picked up by Micah Center for Madisonville. Turnover against the Marshals. And Madisonville will take over near midfield. .322 to play in the third quarter, and we've got a timeout for Madisonville, their first of the second half. 38-0. Madisonville with the lead. 3:22 to play in the third. Back in a moment on WCBL Sports.
At Benton Hardware, we strive to provide excellent service to our customers. We're a full-service hardware store. Our friendly, knowledgeable staff will be ready to help you with everything you need from the moment you step in. Throughout our 10,000 square foot store, you'll find a great variety of well-organized products at very reasonable prices, and we'll be happy to offer advice on how to install them. At Benton Hardware, our goal is to make your experience as pleasant as it can be. Visit us at Benton Hardware, 411 East 12th Street.
Madisonville taking over after the Marshall County fumble. Madisonville will have it at the Marshall County 49-yard line. Reynolds to Hightower on the inside handoff. Hightower plowing up the middle and dragging a couple of Marshall County tacklers with him again. And he should have the first down to the Madisonville 39-yard line. Chet Kretzinger on the stop for the Marshals. Comes with 3:05 to play in the third quarter. Our Puckett's Jewelry game time. Marshall County football on WCBL Sports this season, brought to you in part by these sponsors. Monty Collins with Remax Real Estate Associates in Benton, the Stilley House Assisted Living Community and Memory Care Community. Dennis Faust for Commonwealth Attorney. Woodman Life Representative Roger Pierce. Rogue Graphics of Kentucky, and by Twin Lakes Worship Center. Reynolds from up under center, and a fresh set of downs for Madisonville. It's Hightower again. Hightower plowing up the middle, and Marshall County with a good surge, and they're just trying to hang on now as all 11 players coming in around the ball there. Matthew Wooten leading the charge, and will get credit for the tackle. Short pickup for Hightower. Hightower on the night with that run. Now at 154 yards at 201 last year in the win over the Marshals at Traylor Stadium. Reynolds back to the shotgun. Hightower, handoff, running behind right guard, and Hightower close to another Madisonville first down. A flag comes in at the end of the play. Now a couple of flags coming in. Austin Riley on the stop for Marshall County. We get a personal foul penalty. Chris is telling me here in the box. Yeah, it's going to be against Marshall County, so it will be a first down Madisonville. And add that to the end of the run. And it should be half the distance to the goal. It is. That will take it down to the Marshall County 12-yard line. Madisonville will snap it there with less than a minute to play in the third. Reynolds takes a low snap, but he's able to get it away to Hightower, and Hightower will have his third touchdown run of the night. This one a 12-yarder. 12-yard touchdown run for Hightower. His third touchdown run of the night. Comes with 37 seconds to play in the third quarter. Makes it Madisonville 44, Marshall County nothing. Let's get it down to Aaron Clayton. U.S. Bank call to the sideline. Aaron?
Issue there, of course, with the flag was helmet to helmet, but right there really looked like both players were lowering their head at the same time, just kind of going after the contact, one for the tackle, one to get a few extra yards. But right now, Marshall County, it's just getting through this one. Move on to the next game. Realize what you made mistakes here. Realize how good this team is, and just go on to get 3 more games before district play schedules at home and get a big win hopefully next week.
Odell's kick here is good. Madisonville 45, Marshall County nothing. 37 seconds to play in the third. We'll return to Madisonville North Hopkins after these important words on WCBL Sports.
At J&R Pharmacy, you get the best of both worlds. A modern building and convenient location with all the latest technology. And prompt, friendly service, taking the time to answer your questions, and a commitment to your good health and customer satisfaction. If you enjoy all the benefits of a hometown pharmacy, you'll love J&R Pharmacy, featuring a drive-by window for added convenience. J&R Pharmacy, corner of 9th and Main in Benton.
Odell to kick it off here for Madisonville. Madisonville leading 45-0. That drive for Madisonville, that scoring drive, covered 49 yards. 12-yard touchdown run by Jariah Hightower, his third touchdown run of the night. Odell will tee it up between the hashes here. End-over-end kick, and whistles blow right as the ball is kicked. Maybe offsides against Madisonville, and it is. It'll back them up to the 35, and they'll kick it from there. We are live inside the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center. Jenny Flannery has been named Best Investment Broker by the readers of the Trib for 5 years in a row. Stop by CFSB Investments to plan for your future. Jenny's office is in CFSB's Benton Banking Center. Products offered are not a deposit, not FDIC insured, no bank guarantee, and may lose value. Jenny Flannery is a registered representative of LPL Financial and is not affiliated with CFSB, member FINRA, and the SIPC. Well, they back them up 5 yards, and Odell will kick it here from the 35. 45-0 Madisonville, late third quarter. Here's the kick. This one bounces in front of Riley at the 25. He picks it up, and he tried to go toward the far sideline, went backwards instead. And he is dropped back at the 24-yard line by Nick Grant. Make it the 23-yard line. And that'll be it for the third quarter, I believe, with a running clock going here. Yep, that's going to do it for the third quarter. 45-0, Madisonville will be our score. Headed to the fourth, and we'll have it when we return on WCBL Sports.
CFSB proudly brings you Casasa. What's Casasa? It's like never getting surprised by an ATM fee. Bank local and will refund your ATM fees nationwide. That's free Casasa checking. Ask for free Casasa checking at CFSB.
Score update, Trigg County has come back to tie McLean County at 14 with about 5.5 minutes remaining in that game being played at McLean County. Trigg fell behind 20-0 last week and then rallied to beat Monroe County 34-20 in the Scotty Bowl at Glasgow. So Trigg County has come back to tie McLean County at 14. Marshall County with the football. And Ty Buckmeyer will take the snap here for the Marshals, and he will take it around to the right side. He'll take it out to the 40-yard line for a Marshall County first down on a 23-yard run, or I'm sorry, on a 17-yard run. Seth Arispe on the stop here for Madisonville, but it's a CFSB first down for Marshall County. $45-0. Madisonville with the lead. Wide out to the left side here for the Marshals. Ty Buckmeyer will take the snap again here. Slot backs each way. Buckmeyer holds on to it, running around the right side. Buckmeyer will be stopped at the 45-yard line, picks up 5. Will make it second down and 5. Cole Parker on the tackle for Madisonville. Some new players into the game for the Maroons. Ty Buckmeyer is taking the last couple of snaps at quarterback here for the Marshals. Send it down to Aaron Clayton. Is Stokes, is there an injury to report there, Aaron?
For Stokes, he was coming over. He actually was doing fine there momentarily. Came over and talked to me. He looked to be going fine, but then he moved over to the left sideline. So I'm going to get to talk to trainer Jen Salmon. But just a moment ago, he was up moving around just fine. Seemed to have no problems.
Inside handoff here. Buckmeyer on the inside give to Luke Wyatt. And Wyatt picks up 4 yards out to the 49, just short of the CFSB first down. Kelton McNary on the stop for Madisonville. So third, well, they're moving back to the almost to the 48, so third and almost 2 here. McNary's a freshman into the game there for Madisonville defensively. Third and not quite 2 yards here. Marshall's looking to pick up a first down with 10 minutes to play in the ball game. Puckett's Jewelry game tie. Hand off here, and running around to the right side is Wyatt. Made a nice move, started up the middle, then bounced it out to the right side. Takes it across the Madisonville 45 and down to the 44. Dropped there by Colin Howard. He's a sophomore into the game defensively for Madisonville, but a CFSB first down for the Marshals. 9.5 minutes to play in this one. Dylan Rayburn will come out wide left here for the Marshals. Buckmeyer will take the snap again. Buckmeyer hands it off right side. This is Riley running around to the right side. Riley gets to the edge. Riley at the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Marshall County. No, it's not. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds back at the 17-yard line. But it is a CFSB first down on the run for Riley. Riley stepping out of bounds on the far sideline on the Marshall County sideline. Clock moving, or the running clock here with Madisonville with this big 45-0 lead. Fresh set of downs for the Marshals after the run there by Riley. Marshals are in the Toyota of Murray red zone for the first time tonight. Buckmeyer taking the snaps here. Buckmeyer holding on to it himself, and he has it down to the 10-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 7. Stop made by sophomore Deontay Payton. Marshall's in the Toyota of Murray red zone. First time they have ventured inside the Toyota of Murray red zone tonight. Toyota's national clearance event is on at Toyota of Murray. Save thousands of dollars on remaining 2018 models now through September 4th at Toyota of Murray, the Toyota dealer you can count on. Ball is loose. Buckmeyer able to fall on it. Looked like it might have been A bad exchange on the snap. Buckmeyer falls on it at the 10-yard line. Marshall's in the Toyota of Murray red zone. Get it back down to Aaron Clayton with an update from the Marshall County sideline. U.S. Bank call to the sideline.
As we mentioned a moment ago, Tyler Stokes doing just fine. Frustrated, of course, but he's just coming off to allow Buckmeyer some reps right now. So just getting some guys that don't always get a lot of touches in there to end this game. And as we said, result-wise, these players are pretty much already having to move on from it, realizing what's up ahead, and right now just allowing some other guys to try to finish strong and win these last 7 minutes.
Riley comes in motion from the left slot back position. He takes the pitch coming around the right side, hurdles at the goal line, and he's in. Touchdown, Marshall County. Taco John's touchdown for Austin Riley from 10 yards out. His third touchdown run of the season. 10-yard touchdown run for Austin Riley. So the Marshalls are on the board with 7:08 to play in this football game. Parkway Chrysler point after attempt coming up from Austin Stockdale. Stevenson, the holder, smothers the long snapper. Here's the kick from Stockdale, and the Parkway Chrysler point after attempt is good from Austin Stockdale. 45-7 is the lead for Madisonville. A 77-yard scoring drive. Taco John's touchdown for Austin Riley on a 10-yard run with 7:08 to play in the ballgame. 45-7 Madisonville. The Marshall County kickoff when we return on WCBL Sports.
Let me tell you about this wax we developed here at Defuse Body Shop. This wax is the easiest wax to apply of any wax on the market, and this wax will give you maximum protection from the elements. And we have a Teflon and a polymer added to this wax to give you a durable wax that will last a good long time. This wax was developed for our show cars and our show bikes and today's paint. This is the slickest finish that you'll get with any wax on the market.
RE/MAX Replay brought to you by Jeff Smith and his team of realtors at RE/MAX Real Estate Associates, Benton and Murray. It's a fact, no one sells more real estate than RE/MAX. 77-yard scoring drive for the Marshalls. Touchdown run for Austin Riley from 10 yards out. His third touchdown run of the season. Had 2 last week in the win over Fort Campbell. 45-7, Madisonville with the lead. Stockdale added the extra point. Stockdale almost got to the end zone in his last kickoff. Made it down to the 3-yard line. This is a low kick, and it'll be taken on the bounce at the 10-yard line by Miller. Miller on the reverse to Parker, coming around the near side. Parker up the sideline, gets a block, just has the kicker to beat, and Stockdale is able to push him out of bounds at the 41-yard line. That's the second week in a row that Austin Stockdale, the kicker, has saved a touchdown return. There's a flag on the play that came in late down at the 32-yard line of Marshall County. Stockdale made the touchdown saving tackle. The officials sorting this one out. The clock continues to roll on the running clock. 45-7 the lead for Madisonville. And you're right, Chris. I think this is going to be against the Marshalls. Apparently something at the end of the play, away from the play, really. And it'll take it down to the 25-yard line. It's unsportsmanlike conduct against the Marshalls. Down to 5:54 to play. That's our Puckett's Jewelry game time. We'll get that clock started again here, and Madisonville will have it at the Marshall County 25. New players into the game for Madisonville. We'll give you those names here, including a new quarterback, Danye Frazier. He's a freshman, 5'10", 140 pounds. He will take it from the shotgun, and he lost the handle on it. He looked to hand it off to somebody, lost the handle on it, and Marshall County recovers the fumble. It was Jake Haney recovering the fumble for the Marshalls. Jake Haney with the fumble recovery there, in on defense for the Marshalls, a senior lineman. And the first turnover of the night against Madisonville. The Marshals will have it from their own 27. Trailing Madisonville 45-7 inside of 5 minutes to play of the game. Buckmeyer took the snaps on the last possession for the Marshals. He will do it here on this possession with Wyatt lined up behind him as the fullback. And the Marshals may have had an early start there. Madisonville was loading up that box again, and I think we're going to have a false start against Marshall County. By the way, Devin Evans, who suffered a fractured ankle in the Marshall scrimmage against Paducah Tillman a couple of weeks ago, he did get his cast off earlier this week, and hopefully will be able to return to play in the very near future. Don't know if that will be this next week against Ballard Memorial. I know talking to Coach Merrick, that has been the goal of Devin, to be able to get back in time for the Ballard game. But if not next week, perhaps the week after when the Marshals entertain Callaway County. Buckmeyer holding on to it after faking the inside handoff, turns it around on the left side and has it out to the 30-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 8 yards. Latrell Parker on the stop. 2nd down and 7 coming up here for the Marshals. But Devin Evans, an emotional leader on this Marshall County team, and expected to play a big role on both sides of the ball this season for the Marshals, moving to the fullback position offensively. And the Marshals will get his services back in the very near future, it looks like, if everything continues to progress like it has been. Wyatt on the inside handoff, and he has it across the 35, out to the 36. They may give him out to the 37. It's a gain of at least 6 there. Javis Combs on the stop. Luke Wyatt has played very well in Evans's absence with the injury. Wyatt had 81 yards in the win over Fort Campbell last week. Had a nice carry there. 3rd and a yard coming up. Stevenson comes in motion. Buckmeyer able to get the handoff to Riley. Riley trying to get to the edge on the right side. Gets a block. He's across midfield. Breaks a tackle at the 45. Still on his feet. Cuts back at the 30. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Marshall County. Comes with 2:28 to play in the ball game. "62-yard touchdown run for Austin Riley. Taco John's touchdown for Riley, his 2nd of the night. His 4th of the season. Free combo meal for Austin Riley, and Stockdale on with the Parkway Chrysler point after attempt that is good. Madisonville 45, Marshall County 14, 2:28 remaining in the ball game. Back in a moment on WCBL Sports.
CFSB proudly brings you Casasa. What's Casasa? It's like never getting surprised by an ATM fee. Bank local and will refund your ATM fees nationwide. That's free Casasa checking. Ask for free Casasa checking at CFSB.
And that's the RE/MAX replay, brought to you by Jeff Smith and everyone at RE/MAX Real Estate Associates, Benton and Murray. 62-yard touchdown run for Austin Riley with 2:28 remaining in the game. Madisonville 45, Marshall County 14. Stockdale to kick it off here for the Marshals. Back with you next Friday night, 5:55 Heritage Bank pregame show. Game time 7 o'clock as the Marshals entertain Ballard Memorial in the Marshall County Hall of Fame game. Stockdale's kick low and it bounces to the 10-yard line, and Madisonville will take a knee there. That last scoring drive for the Marshals, Jay Caney recovered the fumble at the 27-yard line to the Marshals. The Marshals went 73 yards on the touchdown drive. Madisonville will have it at their own 10-yard line. Madisonville led this game 34-0 at halftime. Staying in the game at quarterback for Madisonville will be Danye Frazier, the freshman. Madisonville has twin wide receivers each way. And ball carrier here for Madisonville is Chris Price. He's a freshman. And he kind of, I think, bobbled the football. And he goes down at the 9-yard line, loss of 1. Nearing the 1-minute mark of this one. That's our Puckett's Jewelry game time. We come to you from the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center. Our first trip for football to Madisonville North Hopkins since 2007. This series will now be all even at 11 games apiece, dating back to the first meeting in 1983, and Madisonville has won the last 3 meetings in a row. This series has been renewed for another 2 years, so Madisonville will be at Marshall County High School for a return match with the Marshals early next season. Madisonville just letting the play clock roll as long as they can. And will snap it with about 22 seconds. Nope, they're not. They're going to go ahead and take the delay of game penalty. And that'll back them up to the 5-yard line. And they'll go ahead and start the clock again, I would think. With a running clock, Madisonville won't have to snap it. And that'll do things. In fact, Jay Burgett will motion his team on over to line up for the post-game handshake. This is a Madisonville team that I think can make some real noise in 4A District 1. Good luck to the Maroons. Jay Burkett, heck of a nice guy, was a great player at Mayfield, went on and played at Murray State. And he's doing some good things with this Madisonville program right now. 45-14, the final score. Madisonville goes to 1-1 on the season. The Marshals fall to 1-1 and get ready for a matchup with Ballard Memorial a week from tonight at Marshall County High School. 45-14, the final. Madisonville wins it over the Marshals. We will come back and get our post-game activity started after this on WCBL Sports.
At J&R Pharmacy, you get the best of both worlds. A modern building and convenient location with all the latest technology. And prompt, friendly service, taking the time to answer your questions, and a commitment to your good health and customer satisfaction. If you enjoy all the benefits of a hometown pharmacy, you'll love J&R Pharmacy, featuring a drive-by window for added convenience. J&R Pharmacy, corner of 9th and Main in Benton.
Madisonville a 45-14 winner over the Marshals here tonight at Madisonville North Hopkins High School at the Badgett Athletic Complex. The Marshals back at home with the first of 4 straight at Traylor Stadium, starting a week from tonight with a matchup against Ballard Memorial. Send it down to the field. Aaron Clayton standing by with Marshals head coach Evan Merrick. His post-game comments brought to you by First Kentucky Bank.
Well, Coach, love the fight there at the very end. Continuing to battle through adversity. You got the late scores, but at the end of the day, very physical, but you just got whooped. You got beat, and now you move on from this. You learn a lot because you got to put this behind you. You got a lot of games to come up ahead, a lot of wins for you to win down the road.
Yeah, and you said, I mean, they dominated us up front, beginning to end, and just very good football team physical. They're going to win a lot of games too. And what we got to do, we got to learn from it, and that's what I told those guys there, that you got to match it for one thing and not shy away. And of course, like you said, we made some plays down the stretch that we got to build into next week. And what we can't do is let this loss carry us into next week. You know, we got to fix it. From a coaching standpoint, there's a lot of things we got to work on, and that starts with me and goes all the way down to, everybody on that team. So, we got to check ourselves emotionally a little bit. I mean, we got to make sure we're ready to go into a football game. We traveled, and I think, that's one of the things we've got to learn how to do and how to conduct ourselves on the road, and just got beat tonight. And we got to improve and build, and it starts right now.
Good thing is you go back home, you got 4 straight games at home. Hall of Fame game next week against Battle Memorial. You're playing teams now that last year you were able to handle, you were able to beat. You get that stretch going now. No telling what they could do leading you into district play, but you have to look at Battle next week. You can't look past any opponent or it all could fall apart.
Absolutely, and it's a week-to-week thing, and you got to give respect to Ballard. I don't know how they did tonight, but they've got a 4-year starter at quarterback and Eric Marinelli, who has big stats, and they usually have a pretty big offense as far as numbers go, and throwing the football. So we got to come prepared next week for Ballard when they come to our place.
All right, Coach. Best of luck next week. We'll see you then.
All right, thanks, Aaron.
All right, that is Coach Evan Merrick again. His post-game thoughts is always brought to you by First Kentucky Bank. And, of course, you can check out their online banking now or their free-to-download mobile banking app. Again, that's at firstkentuckybank.com. Remember, FDIC, equal housing lender. Again, at First Kentucky Bank. Jeff, back to you.
Madisonville wins it over the Marshals 45-14.